Hello everyone. In the last video we discussed about the second order system time response analysis. So here in this video we'll discuss about time domain specifications. So the output of second order system for underdamped system. This is the output response of second order system, underdamped system. Here the time what it takes, the time what it takes to reach its final output or stable output, that time period is called as transient time period. After reaching its transient time period till time t is infinity, that time period is called as steady state time period. Apart from these two time periods, here we are going to discuss about delay time, rise time, peak time, settling time and peak overshoot. Delay time TD. Here the output response, the time what it is taken to 10%, 50%, 90% and 100%. So in terms of percentage it is written over here, the time it is taken for the system to reach its output, 50% of its output, that it is called as delay time. The time which it is taken by the system to reach its 0 to 100% or 10 to 90% of the output, that it is called as rise time. So delay time, rise time. Rise time here it is given with 90%, either 10 to 90% or 0 to 90%, 0 to 100%, that it is called as rise time. Peak time, PP, the time required by the system to reach its maximum output, the first peak output, that it is called as peak time. And the peak overshoot MP, during the transient time period, the difference between the desired output is the reference input, the difference between the desired output and the maximum output, which it is called as peak overshoot. Steady state error, during steady state time period, the difference between the desired output and the actual output, which is called as steady state time period. So now we'll see about all these derivations and how to obtain the expression for all these time domain specifications further. So the delay time, time taken by the system to reach 50% of final value. TD it is 1 plus 0.7 zeta by omega n second. The next it is rise time. The time required by the system to reach, the time required by the system to reach its 0 to 10% rise time, the time required by the system to reach its 0 to 10% or 10% to 90% of output during its first attempt. So here C of t it is, this we obtained it from the previous lecture, the C of t output response for the second order system under damped condition when we give input as step response. 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega nt divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sin omega dt plus theta. Here when the system reaches 100% of its output, that means the desired output is, actual output is equivalent to the desired output. The desired output it is the reference input, step input, unit step input only we are giving as an input. So C of t when it reaches its 100% of output, C of t will be equivalent to 1. So C of t is 1, the rest we have written as it is. So 1 minus 1 it becomes 0, this it moves to the left hand side, so plus sign. Now here there are two terms are there in the multiplication, this is first term, this is second term, which is equated to 0. Here the analysis, time domain analysis, whatever we are doing it for underdamped system where zeta value is not equivalent to 0. So this first term cannot be 0, there is a possibility of only the second term can be 0. So second term we are equating it to 0, sin omega dt plus theta which is equivalent to 0. So whenever sin n pi plus theta will be equivalent to 0, so this term sin n pi is 0. Sin pi it is 0, sin 2 pi it is 0. So sin n pi which is equivalent to 0. So this term omega dt plus theta is equated to n pi. So when t is tr, what the calculation what we are doing it is for rise time. So omega dt tr is n pi minus theta, where tr it is n pi minus theta by omega d. Where here this n value it represents first peak, second peak or third peak of the output. Here we are taking n is equivalent to 1. So rise time will be pi minus theta by omega d second. Where theta it is tan inverse of root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta, where omega d it is omega n into root of 1 minus zeta square. So rise time it is done. Now where rise time it is pi minus theta by omega d. Now next we will move to peak time. Peak time, the time required for the system to reach its maximum value, that it is called as peak time. The time required by the system to reach its peak value of the output response. Here by using maxima condition we are going to derive this expression where output response C of t, d of C of t with respect to dt at time t is tp which is equivalent to 0. This it is called as maxima condition. Now this expression, so this is the output response what we got it. C of t it is from the previous lecture. C of t it is 1 minus e to the power minus zeta, here it is 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega nt divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sin omega dt plus theta. When we take dc of t by dt, the first term 1 minus 1 will go 0. So the minus will be retained here, minus is missing. So that minus is there. Here let me take this term as u, this term as v. So when we do the derivative part for this, u dv by dx plus v du by dx, u dv by dx plus v du by dx. So u first term as it is I have kept, dv by dx cos omega dt plus theta into omega d. The second term, second plus, so this minus it is retained. Here minus one minus is there, that minus it is there here. Here that minus it is there outside here, minus v term as it is sin omega dt plus theta, and this is constant 1 by root of 1 minus zeta square, that also it is written. For e power minus zeta omega nt, if you derivate this one, zeta omega minus zeta omega n, here minus, here also minus is there, minus zeta omega n into e to the power minus zeta omega nt. So that minus and this minus together here it will become plus, minus into minus plus. That's why here it is represented as plus. Now the first term and second term, in both the terms we have e to the power minus zeta omega nt by root of 1 minus zeta square, which is taken common outside. So this term plus term, let me write it first, sin omega dt plus theta into zeta omega n. Here minus cos omega dt plus theta plus into omega d. So this is the expression what we got it. So in both the terms, here omega n we can expand and write it in terms of omega n root of 1 minus zeta square. Here omega n, both it is taken outside. So here only zeta is there, here only root of 1 minus zeta square. Now as per maxima condition, this is equated to 0. Again here this is first term, inside the bracket whatever it is there in the second term. So these two terms are multiplied. We are doing the time domain analysis for underdamped, so zeta value cannot be 0. So the first term cannot be 0. So there is a possibility of only the second term can be 0. So we have equated the second term to 0. Zeta sin omega dt plus theta, which is equivalent to this cos term right side. So sin by cos, when we take left hand side we get tan omega dt plus theta, which is equivalent to root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So which is equivalent to tan theta. Here tan n pi plus theta is tan theta. So tan n pi plus theta is tan theta. So this term omega dt plus t we can equate it to n pi. omega dt plus t. So the entire derivations we are doing it when time t is at peak time, Tp. So omega dt, t is replaced by Tp, omega dt Tp, which is equivalent to n pi, where Tp it is n pi by omega d. So we know what is omega d. Omega d is root of omega d is omega n into root of 1 minus zeta square, where n is equivalent to 1. So this is Tp time period, pi by omega n into root of 1 minus zeta square second. Next we will do peak overshoot. Peak overshoot, difference between reference input and the obtained output during transient period. So at time t is Tp, the maximum output C of t minus 1. Difference between the reference input and the obtained output. The obtained output, it is C of t at peak time, minus the reference input, it is 1. So the obtained output at time period t is Tp. This is the second order system output response, and minus 1. So this one and this one will get cancelled. So we have only the middle term. And middle term Tp value we have calculated from the previous step. Tp it is n pi by omega d. So here I am substituting Tp value as n pi by omega d. Here also Tp as n pi by omega d. After cancelling we will get e to the power minus zeta n pi, where omega d I am substituting omega n into root of 1 minus zeta square. That omega n, this omega n will get cancelled. Here sin n pi plus theta we will get, and sin n pi plus theta will be minus sin theta. Here already one minus we have, that minus and this minus will become positive, and e to the power minus zeta n pi by root of 1 minus zeta square whole divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sin theta. Now here tan theta expression we know, tan theta it is opposite side by adjacent side. So tan theta is root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So with this hypotenuse will become 1. So from here if we take sin theta from the triangle, opposite side by hypotenuse, opposite side we have root of 1 minus zeta square by 1. So sin theta is replaced by root of 1 minus zeta square. So this root of 1 minus zeta square and this denominator will get cancelled, and n we are substituting it as 1. So peak overshoot will be e to the power minus zeta pi divided by root of 1 minus zeta square, and peak overshoot always it will be written in terms of percentage, so multiplied by 100. This is peak overshoot. Now settling time, the time required by the system to settle to its final value within plus or minus some percentage of tolerance. When the system responds, when it reaches its settling time, steady state period, the output will not be in the stable condition. There will be a slight oscillatory motion will be there. That is why the output is taken with some percentage of plus or minus tolerance. So this is the second order system output response, C of t. Here only the term 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n t is responsible for the stable condition of the final output. So at time t is Ts, settling time, we have written only 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n t. So let us take the tolerance period as plus or minus 2% of tolerance. So the output, maximum output is 1. So when we have taken plus or minus 2% of tolerance, that our maximum output instead of 1 it will be 0.98, which is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n ts. Now just rearrange the terms. 1 minus 0.98 will be 0.02. To eliminate this e, we have to take natural log on both the sides. That is why it is written as ln 0.02 will be 4. So settling time will be 4 by zeta omega n for plus or minus 2% of tolerance. So for plus or minus 3% of tolerance, the same way you proceeded, here you will get it. Here this will be ln of 0.03. So in a general way how we can write it is, settling time will be written as ln plus or minus some whatever the tolerance percentage is given divided by zeta omega n. So this is settling time. So we have discussed about all the time domain specifications: settling time, delay time, rise time, peak time and peak overshoot. So in the next lecture we'll see some examples on time domain analysis of second order system. Thank you.